Cause find a mug shot. Find one. Bitch,
you're not that record seal, baby.
Yeah, like, cause like when Nene said sponge. When Nene said, did you see me do it? No, you didn't. What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Valese J, a.k.a. the Neighborhood Publicist, and we are back with another episode of Country Shit. I got my girl, Z. Yeah. My girl, B.
Hey, y'all.
And Charsha.
What's up, y'all? It's a hit now.
Freak head boy. Any. Let's start with you, Charsha. How your mental health?
Never would have made it. It is actually doing great. Y'all know where I was a few weeks ago. I was about to catch it. No, just playing. But no, it is wonderful. I'm doing much better. I had a little hiccup, last night. Things didn't go the way I thought they were going to go, but bounced back. So good. How about you, Bridgette?
It's been a good week. With the girlies on TikTok, I'm manifesting money, like the money mantra or whatever. I just been getting calls for projects, so I'm excited.
Can I borrow $5?
I let you hold $250.
Well, we know who card isn't on the file today.
Okay. Definitely not mine. What's up, Z? What you got going?
I'm just here.
Okay. So you don't get fined?
Yep. I gotta pay the beard.
What about you, V?
I'm actually doing good. I'm a little hungry. But, food, nutrients. But no, I do for real, though. My mental health is better because I got back with my trainer. Shout out to Mo.
Ooh, I thought I got back with my man. I was like, baby, when this happened? I'm sorry.
My mental health will be in the good. But no.
I was like, well, who was this man? Okay.
Girl, no. Don't upset my 9 boyfriends. They all be watching and supporting, okay?
That's how we get them
Such
views.
an uneven number.
Yes, because it's uneven for a reason. It's actually science behind this. Because if you have an even group of people, then it's kind of hard to, cut them off. Mm-hmm. So, but when I need to, cut the team down, it's a lot easier to do with an odd number.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? When I need to cut the team down.
Number 5 is my personal favorite, but
7 is my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the 9 is real good because one of them always gonna end up getting a girlfriend or something.
Yeah.
At some point. So if he fall off, then I can keep, one more to the curve to go back down, to 7.
Okay. Yeah. I like that.
Because 7 the number of completion.
Come on, arithmetic. The children don't know nothing about that. They got their common core, but I'm an old school woman. I'm arithmetic.
Girl,
2 plus
okay.
2.
Yes.
2 plus 2 equals 5.
What we talking about today?
Ain't that what Kane said on the show that got canceled?
I was a little disappointed in that, only because, I don't remember what happened last season, but I was a little... Because I was like, damn, this shit was supposed to last a little bit longer than that.
But a way to help you jog your memory, they Mary J. Blige killed Lorenzo. And,
that is true.
And the slow son that she was hiding was her son got killed.
Now that was the season before that.
Well, they figured out Lorenzo had killed him by accident.
Okay,
that's what happened.
A little bit.
What? And that is a great segue to our episode today. Speaking of all things hood, if you ain't from my hood,
you can get from around here. Anyway, let's get on down to the meats and potatoes of the thing. Okay, everybody been on TikTok, on Twitter. Mm-hmm. For some reason on TikTok, y'all took a very lighthearted trend that was about, I'm a black person, and this is something I've been afraid to admit out loud. It started out very lighthearted, like, oh, I don't know how to play spades. Oh, I've never seen Love and Basketball. Never seen New Jack City.
Okay, but first off, what's y'all's, though, before we get into it? What's y'all a black person and y'all ain't never...
Something I'm afraid to admit.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I'm country as hell, so it ain't really too many black things I don't do.
I'm a black person, and I can admit I hate chitterlings.
That's normal. I like chitterlings
And I don't know
with a
how
little
to play
hot
spades
sauce
or
on.
dominoes.
You don't know how to play spades?
Because I was a child that stayed in a child's place. When mama said, get out here, grown folks in here, that's what I did.
I got out there with the grown folks. I played with the grown folks.
I'm trying to see. I don't know.
I knew how to play spades and dominoes, but I started to hang around people who didn't know how to play, and I just
stopped playing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see, what is it? What would be my thing? I just feel like I'm very black. No, I'm from Birmingham. I'm from Birmingham. Yeah, I drink Kool-Aid.
I don't like Kool-Aid.
I drink Kool-Aid, but I do make it a little fancy. I put ginger ale in it.
Oh, I like ginger ale.
So my mama used to like, so we used to get Kool-Aid, and we used to get the grape Kool-Aid. Now, I don't like grape Kool-Aid by itself, but she used to add some lemons and stuff in it.
Yeah.
It used to be really bougie, and I really enjoyed it. I would say for me, I'm a black person. I don't know if I'm afraid to admit it because, you know, it is what it is. I love Britney Spears. And I used to be like practicing my Britney Spears dance moves and stuff. Cause
I don't feel like that's a bad thing. I feel like we all love Britney.
I don't think it's a bad thing. But like when I was at the hood schools, I used to like be like, oh, I want to be like the kids in the J.C. Penney commercial.
You're a black person that don't wear black trendy sneakers.
I don't. I don't. I don't wear what you colors wear.
Wow. We're gonna get canceled.
I don't wear what you colors wear.
Not colors. We are not in South Africa. Tyler is not in this room.
It's giving Tri-Delta sorority girl shoes, and I'm okay with that.
You do be wearing your ride boots. She got on her boots and her coat right now.
You know,
we're gonna spring it out.
You just gotta stand on it. Need the shoe, I be standing on it.
So,
you know, it is what it is.
Speaking of, you set this trend. So it started out light and airy.
It started out lighthearted, and then all of a sudden it went from I don't like you, jigaboo ass.
Wow.
That's literally what it felt like. But for real, they was like, I hate you niggas that live in the ghetto. Like, I hate you niggas that live in the hood. Like, it went from just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Not the suburban girlies with the big house with no couch.
No, but this the kicker. The first girl that kicked it off, I was looking at the panels on that apartment and was like, baby girl, you are the hood people. Because I know popcorn ceilings when I see them.
Wow.
And you definitely have them. And to the popcorn ceiling brigade, I'm not hating on y'all. I came from that. But I'm just saying, a bitch with popcorn ceiling saying she hate hood people.
That's wild.
Let's just dive into what hood is, because I think so many people take that term and use it out of context. Like, you can't say somebody's hood and not really know what being hood is or being ghetto is. And let's just say being ghetto is not synonymous to being black, because ghetto wasn't even a word invented for us. That were invented for people that came over from those ships, from those migrants, the Germans, the Irish, because they literally put them in slums. They were considered ghettos. Then when they came over to live in New York. So when you say something is ghetto, y'all just automatically associate that with black people, and it's like that wasn't even ours first.
That's anti-black.
Yeah, that's just anti-black. So
also, the hood is simply a place.
That's it.
That people live.
That's it.
That just so happens to lack resources because what? Capitalism.
That's it.
And a lot of times people use it interchangeably with whatever hood you're in.
Right.
So like I could be in they be like, what hood you from or what hood you stay in.
Right.
It's just short for neighborhood.
That's
So
exactly
it's, like,
it.
it's not synonymous with like being ghetto
Right.
or black or any of that.
It's just so interesting that people place people in these different categories. And I'm like, do you not realize a lot of the talent came from those hoods? A lot of the people that are your leaders came from those hoods because we resilient.
Baby, let me tell you something. When you make nothing out of something, you get the best product ever.
Other way.
Like
something out of nothing.
Something out of nothing. You know what I'm trying to say.
I got you.
It's like y'all, the people that y'all champion on literally came from nothing. And I think Jay-Z said it best. It's like, when I was just out here rapping about street corners and drugs, nobody wanted to listen to me. When I was just, Jay-Z the rapper, nobody cared. It wasn't until I became Jay-Z the businessman, they respected me. And then it was like, oh, you don't act like them. It's like, I'm still that person though, but they don't view you in that light. So when people say stuff like, oh, I don't like hood people, it's like, what are you really saying?
Yeah, especially because there is not one type of person in the hood.
It's not.
It's like everywhere. It's
the hood
diversity.
Is multifaceted, baby.
Yeah. First of all, being black is not a monolithic experience
It's
anyway. I remember growing up in the hood, and y'all, I've always danced to the beat of my own drum, okay? But luckily, I've had a tribe of other people that dance to the beat of their own drum, so I fit right in.
And then you also just went annoying, so people weren't mean to you.
Exactly, I was literally just me. But I used to listen to the pop music. I used to listen to the rock music and still listen to hip hop, still listen to R&B. We just tied it together.
Like I was a band geek and a nerd, and I mean, Daddy saw plenty dope. So I mean, like, and that's just what it was. Like I think me and Z had this conversation the other night. Like people ask us where we from. Like she from Fraser and I from South Memphis, but people look at us be like, you can't be from those because you don't act like those people. Everybody don't act like a certain way in your mind. Like everybody from South Memphis ain't around here with long fingernails and hair down their back. And even if they are, there's nothing wrong with that. But why do I have to look and act a certain way to represent this hood?
Like, and mind you, it's people quizzing me on my blackness that are from other dangerous neighborhoods. Like, what are you talking about?
Right, like. You can't be from South Memphis. I am. Born and bred. I lived in South Memphis for 22 years of my life and didn't even want to move anywhere else because that is where I loved to be at the time. So when you say hood, it's like you don't dislike hood. You dislike black people. That's what you're really saying.
Black people of a certain, I don't even want to say aesthetic because it's not even an aesthetic.
Yeah.
Just black people of a certain way.
They didn't
feel
get
like
chose. That's what it was.
Yeah.
For whatever the choose was.
But also, I want to point this out. Y'all really be talking about hood women because y'all fetishize the hood men.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you love Junebug, dirty draws. He got 17 kids running around here. He tatted down from his eyebrows to his ankles. And you don't have a problem with him.
You're doing a bid with him, ma'am. You have a nursing degree.
Yes.
What is your problem?
You lost your nursing license, the one you took out all them loans for, but you don't have a problem with him.
And can we side note right here? Can y'all please stop moving y'all uncouth ass boyfriends into our nice apartment buildings, stealing his dope,
and making beats on GarageBand
at night? Like, who? Stop! Like, go live in his house. Go live in his grandma's house because I know that's where you got it from. He stayed in his grandma's house that they done had in the family for 42 years.
And her roof caving in.
Yep.
Yeah, I just think when people talk like that, it says more about them. Because I have a former boss. She would say stuff like that. And it's so unfortunate because she's one of those people that came up and forgot she'd ever been down. So it's like now that she's of a certain stature, everything was so beneath her. She's so above the fray. I don't know why people hang out on street corners all day. I don't know why people just won't get jobs. Ma'am, you were literally a teenage mother that was impoverished. You were just blessed enough to enter a night school program that you could get a GED and a college degree at the same time. They don't even have them programs no more. And then you went on to get a master's and you literally made nothing out of something.
Wait a minute,
something.
she got a good enough diploma? I didn't know she had a GED.
Yes, back in the day.
That's what we used to call it. Yeah, that's what we used to call it.
No, but back in the day they used to have night school, and she was for just.
No, I didn't know. I thought she just graduated. The way she would talk, I thought she
the way
had
if you talk, if you didn't know her story,
with her class,
no,
and then went to college.
ma'am.
Not you ain't even walking. You talking down.
No, she was big and pregnant. They had a program to her because she's like 60 something. So she's from Lubbock. She was part of a program to where you couldn't even walk when you were pregnant then. So she had to go to school with all the pregnant girls, and then it was a program to where she could go to like night school and all that and get a college degree and into the workforce. And she literally pulled herself about a bootstrap. So you think coming from that, you'll be like, oh, I come from the trenches. I get it. No, ma'am. She up here and the rest of y'all down here and y'all need to figure it out because she figured it out. And it's like, wow.
I'll say that I do see that a lot of times from people. Like,
oh, yeah. I got family members like that. And it's like, girl, we literally grew up in the same projects. Yes. We share clothes and you act like this? Seriously?
Yes. And it's crazy to me because it's like, you knew all the help it took to get you out of there, and you feel like you don't owe it to reach back and, change and give, people their hope that they can do something different, that there is an opportunity. Because the only difference between most hood people and everybody else is the lack of resources. Yep. Like, I was no less smart at my hood school than I was when my mama moved us to the suburbs and I was in 8th grade. I was still the same smart that I was there. I was still had good test scores in my hood schools.
Right.
Like, they gave me more resources here, and like stuff is crazy because it was only 20 minutes difference from where I live to where I moved. Yeah. Bro, we get there. I'm like, yo, what is this technology? Yeah. Like, they projecting stuff on the walls. I'm like, bro, we still had the little ones you had to print out the sheets and write on.
Even the food. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Baby, I pulled up to that white school, honey, and they had some chicken parmesan, and it was real meat. Because we used to have mystery meat in the hood. We used to have mystery meat.
The only time we would know what we was eating was on the soul food day. We would know that would be real food. Like, but the other days, we didn't know what that shit was.
Yeah. I just think when it comes to black people thinking like that, it's really unfortunate because, like, you are part of the problem. We always say like, oh, we can't get ahead because of racism. A lot of times we can't get ahead because we got people like you that think like that. And you just want to take them by the shoulder sometimes and just shake them.
And that's what I said, because I actually made a video on TikTok that ended up going a little bit. And like, I'm like, the problem is the people like you end up in the positions to hire the people like us. And then you looking down on me because I talk a certain way, because my nails a certain way, my hair a certain color. Not looking at like, I'm still good at my job regardless. Like, that has nothing to do with the content that's inside of me. Like, I just happen to like my nails to be long. I like my hoop earrings. I like my hair to be red. That's what I do. That's like,
but that's just showing your personality and your character. That is not synonymous of your criminal record and background and
or your work ethic.
Or your work, it has nothing to do. But I take it. You got people on Wall Street that wear $1,000 suits that are cokeheads that are literally beating their wives every night, that are molesting their children, and they look to par.
And then like the main girl who was on there talking junk, talking about the kept wife life. Ma'am got mug shots galore.
Not a criminal.
Ma'am just got arrested for jumping on her cheating husband.
Like, if that isn't hood behavior.
Exactly.
I mean, cause find a mug shot. Find one. Bitch,
you're not that record seal, baby.
Yeah, like,
cause like when Nene said
sponge.
When Nene said, did you see me do it? No, you didn't.
I don't like when people think like that, and it's unfortunate. Even just like people back home, like when I talk to people, they're like, "Oh, I bet you so glad you moved away from me because you ain't got to deal with all this old crazy ghetto stuff." Like, no, I love where I'm from. It's just at the time I had to move to make a better decision for my life. But if I had it my way, I would literally pick up my life and put it with we've had that conversation. But if I had it my way, I would have stayed where I was because I love my city. I'm not running because it's too hood or too ghetto and they doing too this. And I tried to explain to friends and family members, it goes down in Dallas, baby. I'm just fortunate enough to not live in those areas. I don't live in Oak Cliff or Pleasant Grove or South Dallas to be around hood.
Because I ain't from their hood.
Because I'm not from their hood.
Right.
But do know, it goes down the same way it goes down everywhere else. Don't think it's just synonymous to your city.
But that's the thing. A lot of times when people go out of town, it's usually, and it's by design, because a lot of times you get to go out of town later towards the week. A lot of people don't have PTO. It's a lot of privileges in it too.
Right.
So when you go out of town and have fun, it's the weekend.
Right.
You're visiting those cities on the weekend.
It's touristy.
You don't see them cities through the week. Y'all don't watch the city's news.
Nope.
Y'all don't know what go on in the city. So you automatically just think it's better there.
Right.
When it's not. It's just different. Because if you talk to a local here, you would think you were talking to somebody back in your hometown because it's the same. Especially when we talk about cities that are predominantly black.
Right. I just seen a snippet of a podcast from back home, and I don't even think they got started, so I won't even mention them. And they were just saying, oh, it's so much hate in the city, and da-da-da-da, and just basically bashing the city, saying Memphis got to come together. I'm like, y'all, it's like that. They say that in Atlanta. They say that in Detroit. They say that in Philly. They say that in New York. It's everywhere. It's not just your hood. It's not just your city.
It's human nature.
That's it.
Like, no matter, well, not just human nature, it's animalistic. No matter if you made everything even, all this stuff, we're still going to find a way to tribe out, to click out. Because that's just like how animals are. Right. You're gonna be tribal in some kind of way.
Right.
But I do think, like, I know in Birmingham, a lot of the problem is you get them same people in them positions, and they never leave them positions, so you never get no innovation and no nothing in the city. And a lot of them steal, and like, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of them be stealing money. And the thing is, you can't do that with a place that's already lacking resources. Right. It's kind of like the HBCU conversation. Do they steal money at PWIs?
Yes, they do.
Yes.
But they have an abundance.
But they got an abundance of money, but it don't hurt the students as much as it do when you do it at a HBCU. Right. So it's like sometimes I feel like we get so caught up in what the white people think, this was you. Because that's who you're basing hating hood people off. Yeah. You're basing hating hood people off that they're not performing for white people.
And let me tell y'all this. all them don't mess with their people either, because if you ask an affluent white person how they feel about their trailer park cousins, oh baby, they don't even talk to their people.
Hell, you ain't even gotta do that. They don't even be liking their brothers.
Exactly.
Like, baby, when I tell you trailer park trash is not welcome to the family function.
Like, don't let the whole family have went to Yale and you went to Stanford.
Oh, baby.
We don't fool with Chad. Chad's a Stanford
Don't
grad.
let you have gone to community college and then have to transfer to a 4-year university. Oh, God, no. A state university?
Yeah, that's why I hate these whole conversations. Like, oh, white people don't do this. I'm like,
why are they your standard?
Exactly. They should not be your standard. On top of that, half the people that say those things aren't around white people, and they definitely aren't around rich white people.
Baby, when I tell you they are some of the most elitist, classist people you will ever meet in your life.
And they ghetto.
But
They be having ghetto stuff going on.
They be all in the office because of, God damn it, Johnny. Shit. We
so
lost the
bad.
money.
You wait till my father hears about this.
Oh my God.
Like, the Wolf of Wall Street was actually a pretty good representation of how a lot of them act on a regular day.
And again, I say, for this lady to say, oh, I don't like hood people. Like, they say it out there in Beverly Hills. She don't like because everybody on the street got a Porsche and she's driving this outdated 2012
But also, I would just
Jaguar.
like to say, I would just like to say to the people you're trying to impress, baby, they gonna thank you from the hood just because you black.
Yes.
Exactly.
So there's that. Like, just because you're black, people will automatically assume you're hood.
Kanye
you grew up
West
impoverished.
said it best. Even though you in a Benz, you still
Still
a
a
nigga
in a
coupe.
coupe.
But not only that, I think what irks me more is you hate them, but you steal their style.
Yeah.
That's what really grinds my gears.
Yeah.
That's what really
Well,
grinds my
I always
gears.
like to say, first they hate, then they copy. That's just what it is.
And they're no better than white people when you take something and you don't credit the people that you got.
That's just what it is. Like, you use the lingo, you wear the fashions.
Oh, and you love a good hood jam.
You love
You love to get ratchet before you clock into your little corporate job.
Right, you
Yeah,
love to.
Tamika, let's go to Trap Brunch.
Yeah. You love the swag surf over those eggs, don't you?
Knocking my table.
You know, I mean, it's just, when you say stuff like that, it just shows how you really feel about yourself. I think you said it best when you was talking one night release. You said it's just like when people can't afford certain things, they hate it so much, and then when they're able to afford it, it's like, this is the best thing ever. And then when people start affording it more, it's like, why everybody want to start doing it? And I was like, you were one of those people that couldn't do it at first.
There is nothing like a broke hater. I'm all for being a hater. I'm vice president of the hater club.
I love to be
a hater. Like, I love being a hater. We need that. We need to humble people. We need to keep that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I can't stand a broke hater.
Yeah.
Because when you're a broke hater, you're not objective.
My
And I don't like that.
homegirl Lenora says dry throat hating ass bitch.
Oh, Lord.
Lenore, I want to meet her.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than a broke Misha. She's always around and never has money, but always has she's always the first to, speak up and the last to put her car.
But my thing is this. Don't be hating the whole hood because you came over there messing with Jamarcus and his baby mama beat your ass. Like, you knew what games you was playing when you did that. You knew Sharika was about that life.
Can we talk about how you be the hood dude, first girl with a degree, and you really think that he gonna be so excited he dog you out 10 times?
Because
he ain't gonna
you
treat
should've
me like his other 17 baby
you should've been
mamas.
smarter
I went to
than that.
nursing school and I got a degree. He's gonna love me. He's like, girl, he's gonna take you down through there. Your nursing license is gonna be on the line, and your credit is gonna be ruined. Congratulations. And guess what? He's gonna go back to one of his other 3 baby mamas and probably have more kids with him.
And that's another thing. Y'all ain't got no street smarts. You
No.
so smart, but you ain't got no street smarts.
You're dumb. You're dumb.
I feel like we need to take suburban black people through a test. Like, we need to come up with a hood test, and you cannot cross this line until you pass this hood test.
Yeah.
Personally, for me, what would be on my hood test is if you can run and jump a wired fence. That's first level. The next level will be a fence that ain't got no grip.
Mm-hmm.
Baby,
You gotta jump
that's
over it.
prison break. What is about a wire fence?
You
know the wire ones where the people who didn't have them big enough for their dogs, that they dogs could jump over. She's
I'm
about
thinking
them.
like the Bob.
No, not Bob. No.
Jesus.
No, we wasn't living in the trench. Birmingham wasn't that much of the trenches, man.
Okay, Bridge, you had me scared
You
for
know
a
what I'm
minute.
saying? Like, you gotta practice. If you can't jump over a fence, you
scare
can't
the
come
gate.
to the hood. You can't.
And how you run gonna determine whether or not.
Because if you ain't fixing
Y'all, that remind me of that one time, for real. Like, So we was down here in the Dallas police show, right? And I had felt bad because I knew my cousin grew up in the suburbs. She ain't know nothing about no gunshots coming, nothing like that. I had felt real bad because, I mean, me and Bridgette took off, and I ain't even, by the time I thought about her, I was like, oh, dang, I hope she made it out. Like, I don't want to explain
me
it to
and
her.
Valese have discussions. I don't know why we think of the most random things.
We think of the worst shit ever, and we have a plan.
Yeah. And we say, if we ever get in a shooting or something, you know, we gonna split, but we gonna meet up later.
In the realm of public health, you know what we call that? We call that disaster management. No, seriously, we call that preparedness. So yes, that is prepared. If you ever needed a career, you all have already got the jump start.
But real talk though, I was thinking about, because I moved, like I said, I moved from Inslee to Hoover, and I remember when I first got to Hoover.
Like Larry?
Yeah, I've been over there.
I think I'm big.
But I remember for real though, when I first got to Hoover, I was not used to like how them black kids were, and then like too, you know, coming from the hood, they were like walking up and be like, "Hi, how are you?" Like, and I'm like, "Bro, why you so close?"
Don't
like,
say relax.
Like, you
I love hearing Valese say relax.
Like, please, like, what is you doing? But it was funny to literally watch them transition, because what ended up happening was my school was really good at football. So a lot of the people I went to the hood school with, particularly the dudes, ended up moving over there to my high school. So when all the hood dudes came, watching them girls switch in real time, they went from like Sperry, Aeropostale, Hollister wearing to like, oh, not y'all got on J's and hoop earrings.
They had on them Jordan boots.
And airbrush nails and stuff all of a sudden. And it's actually quite interesting that, you know, they call they still trying to make fun of me, but I be hoes up, so they really went on, you know.
Another episode about fights.
But, you know, they would try to be like, you know, call me ghetto and be like, oh, why she talk like that? Why she do this, that, and the third? But cosplay, accent, posted in another nigga hood. Yeah. Like a bad bitch. That's what y'all was doing. And a lot of them, y'all played them games and won stupid prizes, because a lot of them are now, you know, baby mamas to men that's locked up or ain't doing nothing with their lives, because you was playing in streets that you ain't from around here. So you don't know how to navigate that type of dude.
Growing up in the hood gave me like such a deep perspective on life.
Yes, Lord.
Just for the simple fact, you deal with so many different people in the hood. And that's why I hate when people just narrow it down to, oh, this is ghetto, oh, you're less than, oh, you this. There are so many talented people in the hood. Mm-hmm. There are so many smart people in the hood, especially growing up in places like Birmingham, Memphis, like all the civil rights stuff. Like, it was so much knowledge and experience in the hood. And so it's just kind of like, by the time I went from the hood to a more suburban area, I was so aware of my surroundings. Mm-hmm. You kind of grow up quick when you in the hood, just because you see things. Like, people don't sugarcoat stuff.
Right. Whereas you gotta learn to be on your P's and Q's.
Exactly. Whereas in the suburbs, you have more chance to, I guess, be a child or to be kind of blind to what's going on. Mm-hmm. And so I know for me, my transition from the hood to like a suburban school, it was easy. Yeah. Because I already know what's up. Yeah.
To be honest, hood street sense helped me navigate. Not gonna even lie, it really helped me navigate business for real. Because business people, I'm like, y'all talking about
they are some of the shiestiest
thugs.
Scammers.
They're the real thugs.
But I tell people all the time, scooters and scammers.
Shout out to Cam for that. Y'all will find out what scooters and scammers came from on another episode.
But I tell people all the time, some of the smartest, most intellectual people I've ever met has been hood people, like pimps, prostitute, drug dealers. I'm talking about some of the lessons I've learned. I carry to this day. A school couldn't teach me that.
But they're entrepreneurs, though.
Baby, I'm talking about chemists, physicists, like customer service managers. Like, come on now. This is stuff I've learned for those types. Even junkies have taught me something.
Speaking of that, customer service has gotten bad in the weed game, because y'all really be having an attitude about driving to bring somebody to. I'm like, they paying customers. Y'all gotta get y'all's game
back
together.
Gas is $3.19.
Okay, well, put it in your prices.
Right. But I'm saying though, like, so some of those people y'all deem as hood or thugs, like, man, if you just sit down and just talk to some of them people, or just, it ain't even gotta be a long conversation. They drop so many gems and so many jewels on you. Like, baby, a book ain't gonna never be able to teach me that.
And I think about, like, because, for example, like, me and Bridgette went to middle school together. I think about how they separated us. Like, the kids they felt was gonna make it versus the kids they didn't think was gonna make it out. But, like, as an adult, I look at that and be like, Was it that they weren't gonna make it out, or that you just took away any chance of them to
they
make
had
it
already,
out?
and then they didn't even realize it one day you didn't even give these kids a chance. You smile, oh, he don't never do his work. Well, he didn't do his work because he ain't ate in 3 days. Right. His mom ain't got no food for him. Oh, she always bad. Well, she cutting up because she get molested at home, and when she get to school, she don't know how to express this. So now she acted out in the classroom because she wasn't paying attention to her.
It was a boy. His name was Justin. Justin would literally, he'll come to school for like 2 weeks straight, and then we wouldn't see Justin for like 3 weeks, and then he'll just pop back up. But when I say that boy was so smart, like he would never miss a beat, like with his work when he got back to school. But he had a bad situation. I really wonder what he had, this day.
Oh, I thought you knew the whole story.
I know. I'm like, where this going?
Quiet though.
No, he was really quiet.
But like something going on
because somebody missed school for 3 weeks straight. But I will say what I say that I loved about our middle school. They did try to know people had them situations. Like, cause I know one dude, I can't remember his name, but he was literally living in a crack house, and he would stay up all night to protect his little brother and protect their stuff.
Right.
And then so when he would get to school, they would let him sleep for a few hours, let him get a hot breakfast, and then let him go to class. Right. So that's the type of stuff. Like, y'all be talking about hood people, they this, that, and the third, bro. How they mean when you can learn without some books? Like, my mama had to go fight for us to have books to learn from at our school.
And a lot of the kids would be where you are if they had access to resources and opportunities.
But let's talk about the kids that did go to these non-hood schools. A lot of y'all were coked out doing pills. Because I know a lot of kids that went to private schools in Memphis. They went to, the Hutchinson School for girls. They went to the St. Domingos. And the classroom was smaller, their uniforms were clean. But y'all ain't nowhere. A lot of them not. I mean, y'all pay for legacy and education, but a lot of them are not. A lot of them didn't go anywhere. Like, you only paid this money to have, this emblem in your home to say, oh, my child did this and my child did that. It's like, they're not any smarter than the kid that went to a Memphis City school. So.
Yeah, because there's plenty of people that I went to high school with, and I'm okay.
Yeah, so
I think about it's some guys, they be flipping and stuff on Beale Street, and I just be like, I wish they had the resources to go to be a
gymnast.
Because tumbling classes aren't cheap.
They're not.
Like, those tumbling, I think I saw for a tumbling camp, I think the camp was on for like 3 or 4 weeks. Them people wanted $7,000. And them little kids in the hood will flip on a dirty mattress and will out tumble every child in that gym. But they simply don't have the resources.
And then they parents, people, and I hate how they demonize, because a lot of times, a lot of hood parents is not trying to get their kids the best, bro. Right. They just, that's all they got. Right. Like, she working 2 and 3 jobs. I'm like, man, you know how many girls in the hood I done seen? That girl work 2 jobs. She do hair at her apartment. She cook plates on the weekend, trying to make sure her kids can at least have a little something like everybody else got, so they ain't got to be getting made fun of. Because I know everybody try to be like, what you got on joints for if you poor? Because don't nobody want their kid to go to school and be talked about, bro.
Right. Exactly. And that's why I hate the rhetoric of, oh, they're lazy. Oh, they just want to live off assistance, or they just want to do this and that. There are a very small percentage of people who kind of work the system.
And most of them white.
Small. Yeah, most of them are white. Most of the people that are on government assistance are white people. Right. And I'm like, hood people are the hardest working people because they know how to budget. You got to know how to budget because you barely getting by. And so I really, really hate that. And I know we talked about resources, but support.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know for me, I got a lot of the opportunity that I had because my paternal grandmother, she was retired. My granddad worked at a plant or whatever. And, they would still get checks or whatever. They were considered rich for the area that we lived in. And so, exactly. So she could afford for me to do things that my mom would not be able to afford for me to do on my own, or her side of the family, or even my dad, and so that was the difference between me and a lot of those other kids that made it out. I could participate in everything at school. Right. I could go take piano lessons. I can go do X, Y, and Z and hang out with my friends and still have a good time. But most of them people, they can't.
And the caveat to that is like, my mom made the money to do all that, but a lot of stuff she couldn't come to because
she was working.
Mm-hmm. So for me, I understood that it's like, well, she can't be here, but I'm able to participate in band, majorette, do all these school activities. But my brother played football, but his thing was, I wanted my mama there. So it's like all the parents in the stand, like I got on these new cleats and all this new gear, but my mama ain't there. So it's like different kids need different things. He wanted to support, like, hey, bro, She could have been in them stands, but your cleats would have been had holes in them, then you would have been mad. So it's just like a trade-off. So again, when people say they don't like hood things, it's like it's not that you don't like hood things or hood people. You don't like black people, but
including yourself, because that's really where it starts.
But you out here with baby assault and battery charges in the DV, baby. And your husband out here cheating on you. It seems like to me you got a situation on your hands.
This is no shade because I don't have anything against the strippers. But ma'am used to work in a hood strip club.
Now wait a minute. Hold on. Really, Becky?
First off, you can't be hood and you work at the hood strip club and you gotta work at a titty bar.
Wait, is she from Atlanta? They in Atlanta?
No, she was in Florida. Tampa to be
exact. I didn't know she was from Florida.
Tampa to be exact.
What does she do now?
She is a kept wife life.
I bet she got a pole in her bed in her bedroom.
She ain't got no athleticism. I don't think they realize how much core strength it take to be a stripper.
A real good one, yeah.
Exactly.
Because that's the thing. I mean, but real talk though, it was like listening to her. First off, like I said, most of the conversation and most of the things that the people were saying was about the women. It wasn't about the hood men. And I used to laugh because I would watch these girls. Y'all over here, this boy finna drag you through the mud and have you in mess that you won't even like halfway understand how to get out of. And just watching them mess their lives up. Like now you done caught a charge and you sitting up in prison over Jamarcus mess. And you ain't never even been in detention.
I just seen this TikTok night before last, and this girl was like, we don't talk about enough how we watch our friends fall by the wayside for men that they know they're not supposed to be with. And she told this story about how her friend met this guy that was going to nursing school together. And this girl literally rearranged her whole schedule because she needed time to be with her boyfriend. And she was like, this boy wasn't in school, didn't even finish high school, but her friend literally changed the trajectory of her life to do her nursing classes. And then find out the boy was cheating on her. She flunked out of school, ended up getting pregnant by him. The boy ended up having 2 other girls pregnant. And she said 4 years later, she said, I'm now a nurse practitioner. And she said this girl is just now she thinks she's like a team leader at a call center, still chasing after this dude. And it's like, what did you accomplish here? Other than headache and heartache.
And I'm like, what is the fetish? I don't understand the fetishization because yes, we can be honest. Are there traumatic things that happened in the hood that we had no business seeing at the ages that we saw? Right. Absolutely. And do you know what come with that trauma? Baby, it be some things we have to work through. Right. And I know, like, even I had good parents, but they still couldn't shield me from everything from the environment that I was in. I had, like she said, a good support system. But it's just certain stuff when you live in that environment, you gon' be in the mix if you outside. Right. And what be funny to me, though, y'all don't like hood people, but like I said, y'all always trying to cosplay. Like Lil Juju on the beat. You, not Megan trainer, Megan producer. I'm talking about for real. Yeah. You grew up in a 6-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom house, but you is on Instagram with the AR-15 like you Chief Keef now.
I don't understand why people go to other people's hood. That's another thing. Because Project Pat did say, if you ain't from my hood, get the F from around here. Like, why y'all go out of town and be like, we gonna go to O Block? Why?
Yeah. Why y'all want to go to O Block? They treat it like a tourist attraction, but that's people's real lives.
Right. Why?
And then you talking about, and they be looking at me and talking about what I'm looking at. Because you look weird.
We going to Compton. Right. Why?
You don't have nobody in Compton.
You don't have nobody in Compton.
A boy did that in Birmingham. Was talking about he gonna have his gun and come down to Birmingham. Baby, in less than 24 hours, he was gone.
Baby,
don't
because
do that.
I'm not trying to say Birmingham is not Atlanta.
Listen,
those niggas are for real.
I am from Memphis, Tennessee. And Orange Mound is a place.
Why you put Tennessee on the back?
I'm just letting them know. It is a place in Memphis that I don't frequent Orange Mound. I have no reason to be over there. Not saying Orange Mound is a bad place. They have bad people, but I have no reason to be over there.
On top of that, the people in them hoods knowing you not from them
hoods.
It.
That's it. And before my mama bought a house or moved over there in like North Memphis, whatever, if my auntie Shirley stayed over there. We went over there for holidays. That was it. Before that, I ain't no reason to be over there.
Listen,
exactly. I don't.
My dad and friend stayed in Ridgecrest. We went over there. We played with the kids. It was fun. Yeah. I got older. His friend, I think he passed away. They don't stay over there no more. Guess who don't go to Ridgecrest?
Yeah.
What I gotta go over there for?
You have no reason to be over there, and y'all just, like you said, you treat it like torture, and then when you get caught lacking and somebody run up on you, you feel violated. This man, I hate him. No, you shouldn't have been over there. That's just like the white people. When y'all was going to these people hoods, you know how people used to throw their shoes on the line, and they was going to get those vintage shoes and cutting them down. And then I think it was a story about this guy had got robbed at gunpoint. Well, that's what you get, because you shouldn't have been over there in the first place. Trevor, Chad, Brad, you should have stayed where you were, because you want some retro Converse so you could sell them on eBay, and you end up you put your life in danger because you were somewhere that you were not supposed to be.
And it's annoying because, like you said, people treat it like it's some kind of like zoo.
Yeah,
like it's an
like
exhibit.
It's a theme park.
And it's like, this is people real lives. People really live here. Like, it's levels to this. And a lot of times, all the violence y'all be talking about, let's also differentiate hood and street. Two totally different things, and street shit happens everywhere. Not just in the hood.
Dictionary. Yeah. Because between hood, street, and ghetto,
and project,
we just need a dictionary.
Again, housing projects are not synonymous to black people neither, because housing projects were not originally built for us. Again, it was built for people that came over.
And also, have you never seen no trailer park white people? They is ghetto as hell.
Oh, baby, have you ever seen a trailer park infestation with roaches? Baby, those people live in.
I try to drive through any trailer park quickly.
Oh.
And then they be outside with no shoes on. They wife beaters be yellow. They don't be white no more.
Even they dishes be yellow. Baby, you take them in and out. How they yellow?
They not taking them out.
And I think that's what blew me. I probably could have took the conversation better if y'all would have been talking about everybody. Because, like, it ain't just black people that live in the hood. Because it was white people that went to high school. And it was Latinos and stuff. Like, it ain't just us living in the hood.
Everybody in the hood ain't sitting on the porch braiding her drinking Kool-Aid. Like, these people got jobs. Like, I had a man that stayed across the street. This man worked for the United States Postal Office. He had been there 28 years and made good money. Houses paid off, put kids through school and everything. Had a nice car. Like, these are regular people. And sometimes people, like my mama, for example, my mama made good money. We didn't want to leave the hood. We didn't want to move to the suburbs. We just didn't, it was nothing for us out there. We did not want to be amongst those people.
If my mama said I probably would have been in jail if she didn't leave. That's why she lived. Right. And so, but if it weren't for me being my propensity to get, because I've been a hustler at heart. Like, I was a person, baby, when the people that had no computers, I had a computer. Baby, I be burning the CDs. $5, then $7.50.
You are lying while I was trying to send people to jail. You are lying while I left Napster.
Baby, you want a custom $7.50. I'll give you a custom
but
CD.
This make the freaking Valentine mixtape.
But
no, the V-Day, the V-tape.
I ain't gonna lie. I love the hood. I love the people in it. But I wanted to go to the suburbs only because they was trying to stop my fly. I hated having to wear uniforms. I couldn't wear certain shoes. You couldn't wear your hair a certain way. That's the only reason. Yeah. I just wanted to be a fly bitch was all.
It was your fashion.
It was for the fashion.
But you know what I mean? Stuff. Let me tell y'all something. I'll never forget when we first moved from the hood. And we had, like, got to our neighborhood. I was like, hey, I asked the neighbors, what a corner store?
What a candy lady?
Like, yeah, like, what a candy lady, what a corner store?
What a bebop lady.
Yeah. And the lady
looked at me. The
lady looked at me like, the girl looked at me, what you mean, what's a corner store? And I'm like, the store on the corner, like, where is it?
What a Chinaman, what an Iranian man, where they at?
And she was like, you could just go to the gas station. I said, that's not the same as a corner store.
That sound like an uncouth environment.
Right.
They was like, uniform. No, because they really didn't have no corner stores. They didn't.
They ain't got them in the suburbs. I remember walking down. My grandma used to live in the projects with my uncle, and we used to walk down to the corner store, and it would be a luxury for us to go get, to be country, y'all, pickle pig feet. We'll walk down to the corner store, get some pickle pig feet, get them little bag of fruities for 25 cents.
Yes, I love the bag of fruities. No, I miss Mr. What's his name? Mr. William. What's it, Mr. William?
Mr. Fred or something.
No, in the band. Who was the band teacher?
Yeah, I know
his granddaughter went to the school, because I remember let me tell you for real though, what I did love about the hood, you had some good stories. You gonna get some good stories out of them hood times. So the girl had snuck out from school, right? But she messed around. She didn't know her mom was coming to check her out. So she done left school, went out, and they coming back. She don't know her mama. She don't know her mama at that school, y'all. It was child abuse. She'd be in jail now if she would. Baby, when I say her mama woke her out in front of the whole school, because we had 2 buildings. So it was kind of on the hill. Then you had like the 6th grade building. Maybe her mama tore her up right there. Like the whole school saw it. The whole school saw it.
What's that song by that old school army? The whole town's laughing at me.
The whole town's laughing at me. No, but it was so funny. Her granddaddy was the band teacher. He said, "That's what her ass around here being fast. You know, they love to call you fast."
Yeah. But I also love the community that I had, because like we would leave early. I think we got to a point to where we was the juniors or seniors, and you know we had taken all the classes that we could take, but legally we couldn't leave, so we would just still walk off campus and just go out of homegirl house, and it would be this corner store, and the D boys was at the corner store. I'll walk past, and they'd be like, "Hey, why you in this store?" Man, I was like, we're seniors,
right?
And he was like, that was like, okay, then we just make sure, man, because y'all need y'all education.
And that's, again, this is what good hood people would do. Like, I remember back in the day, drug dealers were like, man, don't be out here, Mr. E little dude. These little dudes ain't gonna do nothing for you.
They wouldn't sell to you.
They wouldn't sell to you. Now, this so-and-so little
and they damn sure wouldn't let you sell for them. Right. They like, no.
If they knew you had potential, they're not gonna miss you.
No, they're not doing none of that.
They would protect. Like, even now, like my cousins and my homeboys, like that I grew up with, they be like, "Hey, V, you got to go." Like when certain stuff about to happen, they be like, "You got to go on here, go home." I be like, "All right, well, like, you ain't got to tell me twice."
Yeah. Oh, don't let you mess with a hood dude. They were like, "Hey, nah, my girl in school, she got me right."
No,
I was talking to this one dude, and the guy said something, and he was like, "Yeah, they was just yapping off their gun." He was like, "Man, she don't know what that."
So, okay,
you know what that means?
I hope my mom don't watch this. So,
yo, we know your mama gonna watch this. I don't know why you even say that.
So I was messing with this guy, and I was in my hood girl era, and he was doing things that was not
unsavory,
unsavory things. So I came looking for him in this certain house. And, I'm beating on the door like, "I know you in here. I know you," just going off, whatever. So they let me in. I'm going off. And this when Memphis had this task force, Blue Crush, right? Oh, Lord. So, I'm going off, just going off. And, this one they was like busting in doors, whatever. Blue Crush came to bust the house, y'all. I'm like, oh, man. And this is the time they taking everybody to jail. I'm talking men, women, children, the dogs. Everybody got to go, right? I'm like, your dumb self then came over here to confront this boy at a drug house. And I was just like, oh, God, this man like, please don't take my girl to school. She in college. She doing good things. And the police officer knew my mom. He was like, let her up. He said, take your ass home.
Now, Charsha,
Miss Perkins would not have. I was like, okay, I'm going
now, Charsha, that's a man that matters.
Yeah. Because I just wasn't supposed to be. Now, you know they ain't doing nothing. Everybody going to jail. But again, just because people in the hood knew, like, man, we know her folks. We know this girl in school. She in the hood, but she ain't doing all that. Man, get this girl up out of here.
It's just like one time, okay, so I was dating a dude in high school. Then funny enough, my daddy is a former police officer. He retired. Him and my daddy, his daddy and my daddy worked together. But he was bad as hell. He was. And he was out here on the BS. So his daddy found out I would date him. And so then he went and snitched to my daddy. And he was like, you need to keep your daughter away from my son. Like, my son is no good. But of course that doesn't work because, right, snitches get stitches, right? So, y'all, I used to be in his, he used to bring me home sometimes from school. Y'all, we in the car. He get pulled over, but we literally like right up the street from my house. Like I could walk to my house, or we get pulled over. I'm like, oh man, God, dog. We in the car. I'm like, you got something in here? He was like, and he's like thinking. He like, I don't know. He like, I might have a little blunt. I don't know. He's like, and I'm like, Lord Jesus, I'm gonna have to call my dad. My dad already told me I can't be nowhere with this boy. So y'all, then the police come, and then I put on my best. Hi, officer. And he like, get out, of course, they're like, get out the car, da-da-da. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get out the car. And then, like, they was being nicer to me than they was him. This was really bad. He was like, you go sit over there. And then, of course, they slamming him all on the car with him. Because I didn't realize how deep. I knew he was in them streets, but I didn't realize how out here he really was because police knew his name.
Oh, he was really hitting the pavement.
Yeah, he was really out here. So they was like, no, what you doing? And he was like, man, I ain't did nothing. I ain't got nothing. And so they was like, we finna search the car. We finna search the car, whatever. And so he gonna point at me, tell me something. You know the law and stuff. Can they search the car? I don't know anything.
Sorry to that man.
I don't know
this man.
I don't know anything, officer. I just got a ride home from school. And then I had just got out of tennis practice. So I had my tennis. I just came from tennis practice, and he lives not too far, and my mom is not home yet. And I was just, my house is literally right. I can like walk home. Like if you just let me walk. I mean, I don't know what he has going on, but like, baby, that man let me walk home. Let me tell you, I scurry. not you skedaddle. Scurry the hell on. Let me go get in the house, baby. But you know what the funny part is? He kept messing with me after that.
And he should have stopped because let me tell you something. You know I didn't like people. You was my only friend, and your ass would stay getting in trouble. Now who I'm supposed to call?
Now Bridgette used to dead me by my Miss Jones. You putting both of us on punishment. I don't even talk to nobody.
Like, girl, please. You know I ain't got nobody else.
Oh. You know she don't like nobody.
I could have, but I didn't want to like them people.
But no, that was funny because like I was like, why would he keep talking to me after that? Because I wouldn't have kept talking to me, but he did.
It must have been lying in diamonds.
You must play tennis very, very well.
That ball and racket show was swinging.
But not for real, he did keep messing with me. And so fast forward to like some months later, yeah, why that boy had end up? So he went to like would be the equivalent of maximum security prison, but for juveniles. Dang. Y'all, so I'm sitting in my class and they called me over the intercom to come to the office. I get to the office, I see the folks. So me,
not the folks,
the folks. I said, I don't talk to the folks without my lawyer or my parents present. So we finna talk to police, and then I see him peek around. Man, can you take the handcuffs outside and hug my girl? Like, and I'm like, what did you do? Like, what did you do? He said, man, it's complicated. But, you know, I had asked him to get you out of class. I at least hug you, like, because I'm finna go down the road for a minute. And so I'm like, oh, dang, that's messed up. You would think I would be more sad, you know, but me, I'm just like, oh, dang, that's messed up. Like, I'm like, stay up, bro. Like,
you know, I told this dude one time, he called me from jail, baby. I asked him, he said, you have a collect call from, he said his name. I asked him, I said, what criminal? You gonna do what I said, oh, baby, you know, when you go to jail, it's over with.
Because I ain't hold no nigga down, so bitch, you better not go to jail.
And I mean that.
Yeah, like, oh, baby,
shout out to Mona Leo.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
But, you know, it was funny because, like, and it was hilarious because he was apparently, like, messing with some other girl. But she had to find out through the grapevine that he had went to jail. So she in the highway just crying and distraught. And she was like, I ain't even get to say it, why? And I'm like, dang, you really thought you was his girl.
Not a bird.
I'm like, he didn't call you out of class and say bye. Like, that's in my, you know, that was back before we knew better to be going against the girls and stuff. But so he had went to jail, y'all. And when he was up in jail, I had started messing with my high school sweetheart. But he got out in like 10 months. Y'all, why the first thing first off, he called me. And I thought he would have forgot about me because I didn't call him. I didn't write him or nothing while he was in jail. I ignored all them letters.
You know, he said.
And them calls.
This ain't over, Valese.
I wasn't finna pick that up on that Sprint phone that Terrell was paying for. Not me.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Baby, it didn't make mine grow fonder because I was over there with my high school sweetheart. Y'all, he called me and he gonna say, y'all, the first thing that man said to me was, hey, you know Pizza Hut box is red.
And on that note,
did he finish school? Did he go back and get a list?
So he actually did finish high school.
That's good.
He finished high school. He went to like I think he did like a program, a certification program. I don't know what he doing now because he blocked me because he was trying to get me.
Finally,
he was trying to get me. He was trying to get me to be a part of one of them multi-level marketing schemes.
And he invite you to a party.
He said,
he wanted to have you all here.
Yeah, gonna come out. Yeah, gonna come out when you get home.
I received a text message today from
Knives, and the girl ended up stealing the money. It was wild story.
But hey, I did sell them knives. But hey, I was smart because I was a real hustler because I sold them to the shelves, the real shelves, baby. They was buying them knives. And I ain't gonna lie, my mama still got the set that they gave us free. Them good at knives.
All right.
Okay, but like I do want to ask, what's y'all like funniest like moment that you remember like growing up in the hood? Like what's y'all like one of your best memories?
There's so many to choose from.
The funniest, best, I don't know. It's so many. I can't pinpoint one.
Okay, just say one. Just it ain't gotta be.
I think the best one for me though was like when the neighborhood bully had got beat up. This girl,
that's always fun.
I like a good victory story.
Yeah, this girl named Nietzsche. Now she ain't never tried me cause.
I mean, y'all see my girl.
Yeah, and what was so crazy, like I was just coming home. I think I was coming like major practice or something. So this is like, something happened in the hood, everybody like surrounded, like grandmas, everybody outside.
Everybody gonna know.
Yeah. So at the time, this girl named Teresa was my best friend. And Teresa had hands. Shout out to Teresa if you ever watch this girl. But like, and Teresa, like, she was like quiet, but like Teresa was like fool. So the story I got after the fact was that they had been like going back and forth or whatever. All I know is I pulled up, my auntie Teresa had pulled in her driveway. And baby, what I say, back in the day on the cartoons, like you fight somebody's head going outside, like. Baby, what I say, Teresa was working her, like it was over. I was like, get her, Teresa. Cause like Nietzsche was just one of the people, like everybody hated her. Like everybody in the neighborhood had, like, they was the family that moved into the hood, like nobody liked. But she was like, nobody liked her. So there was just one of them days, like, everybody was like, finally. And it was just like, the day she got her ass whooped, the day was the day she shut up. Like, she stayed on her side of the street, and everybody was able to.
That further proves my point that a lot of people's problem is that they have not been punched in the mouth.
Yes.
And if we would just hit a few people, some of this foolishness would stop. Like these suburban kids, if somebody smacked the shit out of you, you wouldn't be online saying this is mess.
Yeah, but that was a good memory. Like it was very cinematic. Like to see everybody outside.
It felt like Friday when Craig and them beat up Devo.
Honestly, it did. It really, really did. Like, and I just pulled up. I didn't even see the beginning of it. Well, I saw the beginning of the fight, but just like everybody was just outside and just like when you got the people, grandmama on canes, like somebody finally got a little. Yeah, and everybody was like, because Nietzsche had like maybe 5, 6 brothers and sisters and all that. And they like, hey, it better not nobody jump in. Better not, they one of them, like, if y'all jump in, the whole hood gonna fight your family. It was one of them, because they were just like so sick of her. But then nobody jump in. And
they were probably tired of it too.
Yeah, everybody was sick of her. Like, brothers and sisters included. So yeah, that was
what yours be?
I would say my favorite moment, it was 7th grade. I'll never forget this. Denzel. He was a class clown. We were all in science class, and there was this girl. And at first, I was trying to help her. I was trying to help her maneuver. She was extra, extra nerdy. Like, she was like a suburban type nerd at this hood school. And she was a little overweight or whatever. And people weren't being mean to her at first, but she had this attitude like, So then I was like, okay, well, bitch is up. Okay, well, bitch is up. And so she said something very snappy.
Not snappy.
And the next thing I know, Denzel was like, oh, you trying to step on me? You trying to step on me? Fat ass, fat ass. And then everybody started beating on the table. And I was like, y'all, this is wrong.
They made a whole song.
This is a whole song. That shit, but it went up though, but I didn't participate. I was like,
that's very
not
clear.
in the lunchroom. And so one of the teachers came in, because our teacher had went somewhere, and another teacher came in and was like, you guys are too loud. You're disturbing the class.
It is
and
it.
I don't want to. And all of us got up and we was beating on the table, and it was.
Oh, you participated in that one, though.
No. I'm not fat phobic, but I am a little ageist.
Oh wow.
That was quite
the things we admit on this podcast. It's amazing.
Just a little bit.
Z, what's yours?
It ain't no fighting story or nothing like that.
No, you know what? You can tell by the time that girl tried to cuff you with everybody else talking about it. She only wanted to have smoke with you. Oh,
we cool now.
Okay.
We cool now. Like we had squashed it a while ago, but you know, back home we be checking. That's what we call it in business. So we had a slumber party. I think it was in 7th grade, and so one of the girls.
7th grade is that magic number.
Yeah.
So one of the girls couldn't come, and so they used to be majorettes, and they were just showing us like old majorette videos. And so I looked, and I'm talking about like she checked me all the time. I would. Sometimes we would go back and forth, but sometimes I let her have.
Who can't understand context clues, they were joking.
Yeah, joking.
Playing the dozen.
We say check.
And we say cracking in Birmingham.
Yeah.
They showed me a video, and she had did a split, and I said, "Damn!" So she was on the phone. I said, "Damn!" And I didn't know your fat ass knew how to do a split.
We would just like to say she's not fat phobic and she was in the 7th grade, so please
And
don't
her
get
kind of
angry.
cool now.
Okay.
And so I said, so we laughing, everybody laughing. That was Saturday. Sunday, she mad at everybody. No, Monday we get to school, she mad at everybody. This 8 o'clock.
Do you remember the time?
9 o'clock, she only mad at 3 of us. By lunchtime, she only mad at me. I don't know.
Misplaced.
I don't know.
Is it misplaced or displaced anger?
I think it's misplaced.
Okay.
Okay. Had to think about it.
I'm like, what's going on? So I talked to my homegirl. She said, I talked to her, and she was like, she cool. She was just like, she just mad at you. I said, okay, that's fine. And so it's after lunch. So like, but we at school all day. She had not said nothing to me. I spoke to her and everything. She didn't say nothing to me. So after lunch, I'll never forget, we had geography. We had a sub. I'm sitting down doing my work. I hear her talking loud in the hallway, mad, and I was like, well, who are you talking about? And she was like, if the shoe fit. I said, well, the shoe's too big. And I don't know what, that set her off. That set her off. And like her friend would hold her back, and I was just like, okay. So I stood up. I was like, what do you want to do? And she was like, it's whatever. And I said, okay. And I just stood there, and I think her friend stopped holding her, and we were just standing there.
Y'all like that Spider-Man meme.
I'm like, okay. And because again, you want to fight me.
Right.
So she didn't do nothing. So I sat down and started doing my work. So by this time, then she really got mad. So then by this time, the sub came in. And he was like, what's going on? So he called the girls to the office. And so like the people who were, the office people came. And they were like, who we need to take? And they was like, all them. And the sub said, now wait a minute. She was doing her work. I got taken. So I go to the office. I had to call my daddy. And like the people came. They was like, well, what's the issue? It became bigger than what it was. And then she was like, well, she was talking about me. I said, everybody was talking about you. I just said it to your face. We was all laughing. I said, you talk about me all the time. I don't understand why it's such a big deal. I had to call my dad. Daddy so they both was like, y'all got to both go home and cool off. I said, but I'm calm. What you talking about? I ain't mad. I literally doing my work. I had to call him. I said, Dad, you got to come get me from school.
Wow, Rafi!
Tell him about it. So then later on, he cooled down. So I hit her up. Because, like, we in the circle, like, a lot of us cool or whatever. So I said, man, we going to be friends or we not. So I hit her up one day. I said, what you doing? She was like, nothing. I said, you still mad or no? I said, I'm trying to figure out why you were so mad at me. Yeah. And after we come, she was like, you know what? I guess it was just one of them things where she just was in her feelings about something. And I just so happened to be the person to be really mad at. Mm-hmm. And we made up after that. Aww. But it was so funny because I was just like, the time kept going in school. And I'm like, wait a minute, why ain't on the list? I mean,
She said, what you say fuck me for?
It was crazy.
What about you?
Okay, so I actually have like 2 moments, but Bridgette was there for one of these.
Oh, I'm scared.
So in 6th grade, we had this teacher, Miss Washington. That lady was so, I don't know what was wrong with her, but
she dyed her hair blonde, but she was a real blonde.
I thought you said she died. I was
no,
saying, well, this taking a turn for the worse.
No,
really.
Oh,
no,
she was old back then, so I don't know what's happening.
We don't know. She might be gone now because she was older back then.
I don't know.
But no, so she just used to get on everybody's nerves, and so I used to have soul food day. And that'd be the day we had a real good food because, you know, we had them real lunch ladies with the fat hanging off their arms. You know, they go back to kill the soul food. So she used to pile her plate so high, y'all.
And y'all, this lady was
and
so
she was
small.
so little. She was like Bridgette, like, think about Bridgette size as an adult. Like, me watching was little, she would pile that plate so high.
Hold up, pause. Bridgette size
As
as an adult. Now wait. Don't I do me like that. I'm grown.
Barely, I'm just playing. But no. So, like, everybody hated her. Everybody. Y'all, I'm in the front of the whole lunchroom. Everybody saw me do this. I went to put potato salad in that lady's seat, right? The whole lunchroom saw me do it. And, like, y'all, when I say everybody got quiet, when they were waiting on her to sit down, everybody just... And then when she sat down, hit the whole lunchroom, go...
See, you already look like a badass kid, and I know now.
You proving her theory.
Okay, so I ain't gonna lie. We all used to kind of sit with some questionable characters.
And she accused all the like the kids who know they got in trouble.
Yeah.
I'll never forget she accused Kristen. Kristen, did you put that in my seat? Miss Washington, I ate all my food. I ain't did nothing. She didn't even ask me or Bridgette. Like, she didn't even ask. She went around all of us. And she was, Miss Washington, I ain't even do that, so don't even come over here with that. I ain't do that. But literally, nobody in the lunchroom told on me. Like, nobody.
They probably said you gonna beat them up.
I wasn't that bad. I only beat up boys.
And
we ain't gonna talk about her. We ain't gonna talk about her. She don't exist.
Okay.
Moving on. And the second one, this was funny too, because Bridgette wasn't there because we was in after school kill, but it was at our same school. Our assistant principal was real big, y'all. Real big. She was sweet though.
I'm sorry.
She was.
we got to preface it.
We got to preface. She real sweet, and she was pretty light too. Me Beverly, y'all. So
she just had a little mustache. That was all.
She did, but so like our school was kind of on the slope. Like I told you, it was an 8th grade, 7th grade building, it was 6th grade building. So it was me, Kenyatta. I never forget. Kenyatta was crazy. We outside, and me Beverly was yelling at us about something we couldn't hear. And she was charging towards us. Y'all, them old church First Lady Hills got caught on a rock, and Miss Beverly tripped and rolled down that hill, y'all, and then kick out Kenyatta, kaboom, boom, boom.
Oh no, is she okay?
Yeah, she was fine, but y'all, she rolled and jumped the curve. I ain't never seen nobody roll and jump the curve.
She had buoyancy.
I really wonder what Kenyatta had Miss Beverly had now.
That is wild. Life is
But
wild.
no, that was just some of the fun. And it's like you said, it's so many in the peak room, but them was like 2. Like, why did that happen? Like, why? And y'all real green like this. That 6th grade class, y'all real for not telling on me. Y'all some real niggas.
And I'm not even a good liar. And
Shout out to my 6th grade class. No, that's how Bridgette said, Miss Washington, I didn't do it. That's how Bridgette said it wasn't me. And then she said, Bridgette, I would never think you would do something like that.
I know.
You don't even behave that way. And then look at it. Her
Look
best
at
friend, the one causing the ruckus.
Look at y'all
I'm a
snitching on
stand
y'all
beside her.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, that's one thing now, Bridgette. I don't put her in a position to lie for me. But she's not going to tell on me because she's going to be telling the truth. She don't know.
I don't know.
Well, I will say that telling our stories to let old girl know hood people are some of the most loyal, dedicated, smart,
Beautiful.
Herman beings you will ever come across.
And you just need to relax, honey. I mean, I understand that you are upset at whatever hood woman that your man is cheating on you with. But that's not the whole hood's fault.
She a hood woman. What?
I mean, she pretends she's not. So we're just,
being that she went to jail, I wonder who car was on fire to get her out.
It probably was her husband who she was beating on. You know, they got the Yvette and Jody thing going on. You know, that's how they do. They go get each other out of jail and stuff.
I bet she made them tacos.
She probably don't even make black people tacos because, you know, it's too hood for her. She's not going to make no ground beef with a little, you know, shredded lettuce, tomatoes, salsa, and cheese.
Moving right along. What's the next thing we got up?
What's the word on the curve?
Well, child, I'm not one to gossip.
Oh, then you about to gossip?
Yeah. I'm about to gossip just a little bit. And I had found out something funny, y'all. So I had got around to listening to the Chopped and Screwed version of his. by Megan.
Yeah, I heard that.
And you know what's funny about that? Guess who produced that chopped and screw version of his? Run C. And guess where Run C is signed to? OVO. Shame. I'm just saying. So Miss, Minaj jumped in front of a barrage of bullets that weren't even aimed at her for no reason. Most of them were for Aubrey.
Not that you done set up her and put yourself in front of some strays. Pew, 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 pew.
Wow. Yeah, she did all of that. And it wasn't even really about her. You just felt really hit for no reason. You stuck your foot in a size 6 and you wear a size 9.
My thing is, how you gonna tell somebody to get up on that good foot when you need to get up on your good foot, man?
Because I'm so sick of seeing her rolling around that damn stage forgetting her words at this tour.
Oh, Monica is on tour.
And why is Monica
who?
Good Monica.
Before you were
Monica.
Monica.
Now that's somebody, okay.
That's somebody beautiful gowns.
Great gowns.
Nothing up here.
But that's a hood rat. Like, now she is a hood rat. For real.
But she'll let you know that. She has no problem with admitting it.
I like Monica.
No.
I like when she don't be talking. Because when she starts... when she starts
Come on.
talking, she be supporting people like Kodak Black. And like, man, you didn't have to tell it. Why? How was that your nephew? You don't know that little crackhead boy from Florida. Stop playing with us.
Is crack the go-to drug? Because it's like...
I feel like we should probably elevate because the heroin is what got these people cuckoo.
You right, all these drugs. And it's another thing. Speaking of the drugs, I had seen, did y'all see that now? Like, Gen Z is having, they having less sex. And a lot of the boys in their age group suffering from ED and stuff like that.
From popping pills and stuff?
Yeah, from all the drugs.
We need to bring back Dare.
We do.
We need to bring back Dare.
And we need to bring back our girl with that hole in her throat on the commercials. Because she worked on me. I remember her every time I ever thought about smoking a cigarette. I remember her, like, baby, you would never see me with no square.
Yeah,
I
when I found out cigarettes can make you sound like Tone Low. I mean, they stink, but that too.
Yeah, it sounds on brand though. Yeah, because they just do drugs and don't think nothing else will happen, so.
Okay, so Charsha, go ahead and get on our nerves with this man that matter.
I'm going to try again this week to our lovely viewers that the man that matters this week is someone that was in our homes. He introduced us to what great black film and television is. He is someone who we quote all of his great movies, and we love him. We do love him.
Say the name.
Robert Townsend.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I believe in you. You
Okay.
believe in me.
Yes. Not only that, he brought us back because of our favorite, a mansion, CEO. So yes, Robert Townsend is a man that matters, and I just feel like he don't get enough credit because I feel like they want to put him on the chitlin circuit of directors, and it's like the movies that he's made, the things that he's done in Hollywood
are integral to our culture.
Like the 5 Heartbeats, Babs. Like those are movies that are just always gonna be near and dear to our hearts. Like Robert Townsend don't get enough credit, and then his daughter, Sky Townsend, she's making a name for herself.
She's very nice.
And
She's funny.
She seems like, and she said like a lot. She credits a lot to her success to what she's seen her dad do. So
also, he made the show, what was it, Parent Trap?
yeah, Parent Trap. That's another
Parenthood.
Parenthood.
Yeah.
My
I used to love that
mom
show.
got my little sister's name from Reagan Gomez's character Zaria.
Zaria.
So
Yeah.
her name is Zaria.
So it's just stuff like that. And I said he's not champion enough in that business. Like we hear his name. And then a lot of times too, he's like really good friends with Kenny Ivory, another man that matters that we're gonna talk about one day.
Mm-hmm.
They're really good friends. They kind of came in together. But Keenan Star took way off.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Robert Townsend is definitely a man that matters. So my favorite part is that we vote.
Mm-hmm.
So, all in favor of Robert Townsend being a man that matters, let's say aye.
Yeah.
Look at Charlotte there. Yeah, I got one. So
Okay.
I'm like 3 for it.
But if I find some information,
I'm a real old. You ain't gonna even if you find it.
Even if you
find it, it's too late.
No, if we got Cosby, we can get it too.
Somebody gonna die.
But no. But we rock with Robert Townsend. We really do.
We really do.
So far, so good.
It's been 40 years. That man ain't did nothing.
Okay.
All right, we just saying.
All
But all right, Z, what we got?
I'm trying to figure out what shoes he be wearing when he be standing on bill. When he be directing, what shoes he have
He's
on.
77, so he be wearing them Uncle sandals.
I feel like he be wearing them Stacey Adams.
You just go too far. You want them damn Stacey Adams.
That man I had corns. He too old for that. He probably wear good New Balances. You know, that's about that age. Some good New
Or
Balances.
some K-Swiss. Or some starters. Y'all remember them shoes?
They used to get them from Walmart.
Hey, I'm ready to eat. Let's go.
You know
I'm
what?
sick of y'all.
And on that note, and on that note,
Always remember.
Keep that shit country.